Welcome everybody to match number 2 of tonight's soccer doubleheader. This time it's the men's soccer team as they take on CSUN at home. I'm Phil Catafmo alongside Aaron Gina. And Aaron, last time the men's team was at home playing against this crowd, they pulled off a stunner against UC Riverside 4-3.
They sure did. Damian Herman had a hat trick with 3 goals. That's the kind of momentum, that's the kind of mentality you want to come into a weekend of games and really just the beginning of a season, getting a hat trick and like winning 5-4 in overtime. That is just, it feels good. It's like empowers the team. And coming into a great Sunday night game, I think the Lopes are ready to play some soccer tonight.
And GCU had to play that game with a little bit of a back foot as Nicky Jackson went out with about 14 minutes to start the game. He went down with a relatively undisclosed injury. We have yet to know what that is, but we do know that he is still out for this one. He's at least not in the starting lineup, and if he comes off the bench, hopefully that'll be huge for the Lopes. But Aaron, how big of a loss is Nicky Jackson to this team?
Well, I want to say it's a big loss, but at the same time, last game when Nicky did go out fairly early, the Lopes really rallied well and showed that they can play soccer without Nicky. So as much as I want to say Nicky is a crucial, important factor in this game, the Lopes have proven that they have enough talent and skill set and a skill level that they can work without Nicky and they can play good soccer without him. So I think it hurts. Yes, Nicky's a great player, but at the same time, the Lopes are a great, well-rounded soccer team. So I think they're going to be fine tonight. And
they play against a pretty solid CSUN team who come into this game 4-2. Their last win coming at home against San Jose State. But like you said, Alex, it seems like Grand Canyon University is able to win despite not having their top scorer on the field for the time being. And we got to see the breakout party of Damian Herman, 3 goals, and then of course we got to mention it, the beautiful header by Aiden McLaughlin from a nice free kick setup by Josh Drack. And Aaron, if you were to give me one thing that the Lopes need to do to slow down this attack of CSUN, what would it be?
I think possession. I think just establishing that they can control the ball and that they can attack and they can be passive when they want to. I think that just really shows that they can control not only the momentum of the game, but they can control the pace, and then they can get the attacks when they want, how they want. So I think if the Lopes can establish possession and possession early in the game, I think that'll be a big factor that allows the defense and offense to seamlessly flow through this game.
And we are just about ready to get underway. Demos will give us the first kick. That's Musa Morris Demos, number 5. And the Lopes are going to try to get something early. I agree with the possession game. They did a very good job against UC Riverside in the early quarter. In the first period, they did a fantastic job of holding on to possession and must have held on to the possession for about a majority of the game. And we'll see how they do tonight against CSUN. So McLaughlin will start with it in the backfield. He'll kick it over. That's number 28. That's Kadim Sai. And there he is, Damian Herman, number 11, the hero for the most part. Of course, you can't knock Aiden McLaughlin, who just kicks it over to Sasaverovic. Return now to CSUN, but McLaughlin will track it down.
Yeah, McLaughlin, a big force, really the anchor of this defense for the Lopes.
So CSUN with control. Ball kicked downfield. Lots of defensive pressure from the Lopes. Pushed up forward. Met by Say. The shot, great dive. And GCU keeping the pressure on early.
Yeah, one thing I'm seeing from CSUN already is they have a lot of speed and quickness. So this GCU defense really needs to be awake and be awake early if they want to stay in this game and prove that they can contend in this game.
And their leading scorer, number 9, Emmanuel Houston Jr., has 4 goals on the year. And he's looking to improve that here tonight, but hopefully the GCU defense can stand strong. GCU takes it past midfield. That's number 17. That's Marco Afonso. And Afonso very crucial in that UC Riverside game as well with his fantastic defense and his ball handling. CSUN will take over possession. And it'll roll. Chasing it is Drack, and he'll get to it. Drack back up top to Day. Day kicks across midfield. CSUN's there to pick it back up. Damian Herman fights for it, and it'll go out of bounds.
Really quick game, quick and aggressive so far to start this game.
Day gets it off the rebound. Day looking for somebody. He will find number 3, that's Charlie Keating. Keating back over to Day. Day back up top to Say. Say, lots of defensive contact there by CSUN. It'll be a foul against CSUN, so GCU will get an opportunity here.
Yeah, it's important to see how the official calls the game early. He could call it really tight, or he could call it pretty aggressive. So just seeing where he calls the penalties and when he calls the penalties will kind of show how aggressive he's going to let both these teams play today.
Ball kicked downfield. CSUN will take it over. Radia over to Verovic. Sasa Verovic over to Alfonso. Alfonso meets some contact, and there will be a foul. And it looks like it'll be a free kick for the Lopes. Referee have a couple words. So Drac will get the free kick. Last time he had a free kick, it ended in a game-winning goal to Aiden McLaughlin. Drac's got a powerful leg. And the kick, high in the air, off the head of Sasaverovic. Great diving save, rebound, McLaughlin, it's good! 3 minutes and 11 seconds into this first period, and Aiden McLaughlin on the rebound with a goal.
Yeah, McLaughlin with a great heads-up play, really just covering the backside, and once that rebound came off CSUN's goalie, he was able to head that in. Here we can see Drax cross right across and a little skip pass off the goalie's hands, and McLaughlin's right there to finish the play. Great job from GCU, and the start they want at the beginning of this game.
So Aiden McLaughlin starts off the game with a goal, and GCU takes an early lead in front of these home fans, 1-0. CSUN pushes the ball past midfield. Strong defense by the Lopes. Ball gets past, a little bit of an opening for CSUN. And they'll reset up at the top. Ball kicked downfield. Stolen by the Lopes, that's Radia. Radia looking for some light. He'll kick it up to, it looks like that's Keating. Keating crosses at midfield to Day. Day, great move. Day back up to Say. And Keating will reset. McLaughlin looking to punt it downfield. He'll find Alfonso. And they'll reset with McLaughlin. Up there to Demos. Demos has got some space. And there is a call on the field.
Yeah, Demos has a lot of speed, so he's the player that you want to watch with those long kicks. So the offsides does happen every once in a while, but those long kicks, when Demos does get that extra step in the defender, that's a dangerous play. So look out for goal number 2 coming from a long free kick to Demos.
So CSUN will kick it away. Down midfield, McLaughlin. Great way to fight the pressure and get the header on it. Ball will be kicked out of bounds. Looks like it was off CSUN. And no, it was actually off the Lopes, so CSUN will retain possession. We got a throw in coming. Throw in will be by number 15, Jamoke Hutton. And he'll get his player set. Gives GCU an opportunity to get their defensive set. Throw in the air. Header just past the Lopes. Jeremy Pollard unable to get a hand on that one. And as quickly as the Lopes score, CSUN scores right back.
Yeah, and what a nice throw from Hutton. Really just showing that they don't even need a corner kick to be able to get the ball in that placement. And especially if you have a person that can throw a throw-in that far with that much accuracy, it's almost a better corner kick because you can control the placement of the corner kick. So right there, CSUN bounces back with a 1-1 game, and really both offenses being aggressive early in this game tonight. 1-1 score in the first 5 minutes.
So we'll get another look at it, and it was a header right off the top of number 5, Julio Rubio for CSUN. And an interesting fact for CSUN, they set a record for the second fastest goal in D1 history. Aaron, you want to take a guess how quick it was?
I'm going to take a guess, 15 seconds.
8 seconds.
Oh, wow. 8 seconds. That's like kickoff, sprinting, goal.
Keating, cross field to Alfonso. Alfonso meeting some pressure. CSUN takes it over. Sasaverovic with possession. He'll try to get around. A lot of contact from CSUN. Of course, there is a lot more contact allowed in soccer as opposed to basketball. Soccer is a little bit more of a contact sport, and referees sort of let a lot of things happen.
Right.
Of course, it's a different aspect of contact from basketball to soccer, but there's definitely an extent, and we talked about that in the women's game, that there was a lot of calls not being called and then called at this at a different time. But either way, the referees are letting them play, which is very nice.
Yeah, two things. The ref really sets the tempo, and also you want to see consistency throughout the calls. Last thing you want is for the ref to call something one way and then the opposite for another.
So Seespun with possession again on the right side of the field. They'll reset. Nothing there. So GCU trying to find the defensive pressure early. An unfortunate goal, and they'll get the ball back. An unfortunate goal by CSUN early ties it up. And maybe they got something here. Herman on the right side, looking for Demos. He's going to find him. Demos just a little bit too soft on the contact there, and CSUN takes it back. And CSUN will reset. At about midfield. Ball out of bounds on CSUN, so GCU will try to get something going again. 7 minutes in, score 1-1 in the first period. And we'll have a throw-in by Amir Sasaverovic. The throw-in. He's looking for Demos. He just overthrows it. And it'll go out of bounds. So the sail-in throws out of bounds, so CSUN will take over. Goalie kick by number 1, Heinrich Rednick. CSUN with the reset at the top. Good defense by Keating. Just a little too late, breaking in for the ball. CSUN's got control of it down closer to the box. Trying to make something happen. Good defense by the Lopes, and they'll clear the ball. Defense by Radia. Stolen. Sasaverovic looking for a clearing. He won't find it. CSUN will take it back.
Yeah, so one thing you notice, when Sasaverovic went up, Afonso immediately went down to replace. So even if a player goes on an advantage, the Lopes are good about replacing. That's exactly what you want to see on defensive possession. And now you can see at the top of the field, they're switching back.
So Pollard looking for an open teammate. He'll pick it up and throw it over to McLaughlin. McLaughlin up to Afonso. And back up to McLaughlin. They'll kick it downfield, and it'll sail out of bounds. I gotta say, Marco Afonso has definitely got the best looking cleats out there right now.
He does. They got that bright white and orange, and especially up here for the press box, we can clearly see them. Some sharp cleats for sure.
So McLaughlin will get it over to Say. And he'll kick it out of bounds. So Lucky Fan. Oh, nope. That'll just bounce out in front of the stadium. I was going to say a Lucky Fan will be playing goalie for a second, but either way.
Hopefully they brought their gloves.
Yes. Throw in from CSUN. Great defense by Keating. McLaughlin to Afonso. Afonso meets with some pressure, but he's got the ball back. He'll get it over to Drac. Drac looking for an opening. He'll kick it away. Demos tries to chase it. CSUN will get possession back. And it'll go out of bounds, and it'll be CSUN ball. So Say with the defense on the CSUN leading scorer, Emmanuel Unson Jr. He's got 4 goals on the year. Currently leading this team in goals. And right behind him is number 21, Daniel Trejo, with 2. Relatively high-scoring team. They've scored 10 goals on the season, and they've got a great goalie back there in Heinrich Rednick, who was only allowed 5 goals with 23 saves.
Yeah, some really impressive numbers coming into this game.
Stolen by the Lopes. Drac looks to reset. He'll get it over to Sasaverovic. Sasaverovic up to McLaughlin. McLaughlin booms one downfield to Demos. Demos met with a lot of contact, and there will be a call. And it looks like it'll go the way of CSUN. And of course, you can hear the Havocs, the 12th man.
That's right.
Out there making as much noise as possible, as they are always a big issue for opposing fans. And if you want more clear evidence of that, you can ask Rick Pitino, head coach of Louisville University. Herman. Drac to Radia. Back to Herman. Herman looking for a breakaway. He's got Demos. A lot of contact, no call. And it'll go in the possession of CSUN. So CSUN will take it up. They're looking for a clearance. And GCU's defense still standing pretty strong despite the goal. McLaughlin headers. And it'll be GCU ball. Cross midfield to Drac. Drac with the header. Looking for some space. Herman comes to close out, and CSUN takes the ball. Down midfield, McLaughlin coming up. Great defense. No call. Gotta love the anticipation by McLaughlin to come towards that ball and add some pressure to CSUN. Keating looking downfield to Herman. He'll kick it a little too far ahead, and CSUN will take back possession. Defense by Day. CSUN definitely wants to clear the ball away from their box, as they've already had one mistake so far. And actually, correction on the season total, you can add that to 6 goals allowed because GCU just scored.
That's right. Hopefully 7.
Hopefully more than just 7.
One at a time, but you're very right.
So Say will reset. He'll kick it across field. Over to Radia. Radia's got Drac on the right side. Ooh. And yep, that'll be a foul. Little contact, a little push from CSUN. So Radia draws the foul, and GCU will keep possession. Crossfield to Afonso. Afonso with the sneaky moves. Looking, he'll kick it across, and it's a great save by the CSUN defense. So Afonso looked like he might have had something on the left-hand side, but instead it will result in a corner kick. And again, there's Josh Drac. And here comes McLaughlin headed down to the box. Second time the Drac-McLaughlin combination has worked so far. Drac high in the air. Good defense by CSUN. Day with a kick across. It'll go. Save, shot. It hits the side of the goal, and it'll be CSUN ball. So good anticipation there by Josh Drac on the rebound, but unfortunately it finds the side of the goal on the outside instead of the inside. Good defense by Afonso. Herman comes in to help. It'll roll out of bounds. We'll wait for the possession call. And it will be, yeah, it'll be GCU ball. Over to McLaughlin. McLaughlin gets to Afonso, who kicks it back to him. Downfield stolen by CSUN. They kick it up, down the field. Pollard will come up and scoop it up, and he'll get the throw in to Say.
Jeremy Camp's The Answer Tour is coming to GCU Arena on October 7th. Tickets are on sale now for this special event featuring Jeremy Camp and Royce Lovett. Go to gcuarena.com to get tickets.
CSUN will regain possession. They'll kick it up. Lot of opening here, good amount of space, and there will be a foul, so there'll be a stoppage on the play.
Yeah, it will be called offsides there on CSUN.
So an offsides call on CSUN. And it looks like GCU will take over possession.
Actually, no, it is
Or
going
no,
to
yeah,
be,
it might have been a foul.
Yeah, delayed penalty. I saw that Say did have a slide tackle earlier, but the ref must have called an advantage, and once the play did die, he reset it and brought it back to the free kick here.
And you see number 10, Michael Flores, was the one who was on the floor, and he did dive underneath Say's tackle, or over Say's tackle, I should say. Booming kick down the field. Pollard will step up and catch it, and he'll hold on to it. McLaughlin will get it out of the box. Look to clear it downfield. He will. He'll get it to Demos. Demos has got Herman and Drac on the opposite side of the field. Say. Looking for an opening. He'll find Keating. Keating has Sasaverovic running downfield, and it'll go out of bounds.
A lot of good opportunities for the Lopes, but I feel like every long kick they've had when they're trying to get a little through ball poke has just been a tiny bit too far. McLaughlin has a couple of them that went too far, and that one was just a tad too far. But nice run by Sasaverovic. See if the Lopes can capitalize on one of these events and maybe get a shot inside the box.
Coming in to steal it is Radia. Herman looking for some space. He'll find Demos. Back to Herman. Herman, a lot of time. Kicks it downfield, and it'll go into the hands of Regednik. CSUN. That's Hutton. He'll get it across field to his teammate on the right side. So we'll get a reset by CSUN. Kick it up, Hutton with the ball. Defended by Drac. Double team by Day, it'll go out of bounds on GCU. So we'll have another throw in by Hutton. He'll get it at the top. That's number 6, that's Rizek. Rizek with a line drive to Pollard, no issue there. So McLaughlin will start with the ball. McLaughlin downfield to Afonso. Afonso off his head, but he meets 3 CSUN defenders, and they'll take back possession. They'll kick it up. Looking for an opening. The shot on goal, it'll bounce off the crossbar. On the rebound, it'll go out of bounds. So we discussed the 13th man, quote unquote, that crossbar sticking around from the women's game to the men's game, as that one rolls right off the left-hand side, and a big-time bullet dodged by the Lopes.
Yeah, really close play for CSUN. Nice advantage, you know, just a couple steps ahead of the Lopes there. And Lopes got lucky. I thought that the backside of CSUN was going to be able to knock that goal in for a second 2-1 lead, but fate had it that it wasn't. And you're right about that 13th man, so we're going to see a corner kick here for CSUN.
Flores with the corner kick. Good defense by Keating. And it looks like it'll be Lopes' ball. So Pollard with the assumed goalie kick. He'll try to get things going for the Lopes. 25 minutes so far in this game done. Score tied 1-1. Quick scoring for the Lopes and for CSUN, but really nothing else has happened.
Yeah, possession has pretty much been equal. GCU is doing a good job of moving the ball around, but then CSUN gets the ball back and says that, hey, we can possess too, we can pass, we can control the ball. So I think this 50-50 possession has kind of been why the last 20 minutes or so has been pretty equal, pretty inactive. We've seen a couple shots on both ends, but whoever can establish possession inside the 18 of the opponent, I think will get the next goal.
So CSUN will start it with at midfield. Slide tackle by Radia. Herman with a little bit of a breakaway. He's got Demos and Alfonso with Drac tracking. And Drac will get the ball at the top. He'll look and cross it. It'll be stolen by Flores. And kicked up to CSUN, so they'll take the ball over. Munson Jr. with the fancy footwork. Keating will recover for the Lopes. McLaughlin looking to make something happen. Say, he'll look downfield. They actually hit a cross to Day. Day over to Drac. Back to Day.
18.
Good footwork there by Drac to get a piece of that ball. Kick launched down and out of bounds. And a good catch by Fan. So Day with the throw in. He gets it right in front of Drac. Drac met heavily by the defenders of CSUN. Day. Cross to Radia. Radia over to Herman. A little bit too much on that one, and CSUN will take the ball back. McLaughlin with the header. Over to Herman. Herman. Demos with the recovery. But CSUN's there. Good, solid defense by CSUN. And Aaron, you mentioned earlier the speed of CSUN really coming in handy. Pollard will reset. He'll kick it downfield. And Drac barely gets a piece of it, recovers, and gets it over to Herman. Herman at the top to Keating. Keating crossed the field to Radia. Radia finds a wide open Alfonso. Alfonso launches one. Good defense by CSUN. And I believe that was number 5, Julio Rubio, with a little body block there. Sasaverovich, wide open Alfonso. High in the air, a little bit too far for Drac. He'll have to track it. And it'll go out of bounds. Wow, a little bit of contact there, a little elbow push. That's number 10, Michael Flores. Probably nothing intentional, just a little bit of guarding the ball.
Yeah, Josh Drac coming into this game, 5'7", 150 pounds, so he is a little bit smaller. So compared to some of these, 200, 220-pound defenders, there's just kind of that combination of just bigger size.
And on the flip side with Flores, Flores himself is 5'11", 160, so he's definitely got the height advantage. Good defense by Radia. Slide and tackle, it'll go rolling on the sideline, it'll go out of bounds. And I didn't think that went off the foot of GCU, but I guess that's why I'm up here, not down there.
That's right.
So, throw in coming. Alfonso looks cross to Demos. Out of bounds. So another throw in coming for CSUN. McLaughlin. Back-to-back headers from Alfonso and McLaughlin. CSUN threatening. They'll reset at the top. Cross midfield, it's Flores, guarded by Keating. Defense by Sasaverovich. And a lot of contact. And still no calls from anybody. It'll go out of bounds on CSUN.
And it kind of gets stuck there for about 5 to 10 seconds. Usually don't see that in soccer.
Alfonso with the throw in. And there we go, finally we'll get a call. So it'll be a foul on CSUN. Alfonso looking to speed up the game. He'll kick it right off of CSUN, but he'll get it back. Cross midfield to Day. Day, header over to Radia. Radia's got Day and he'll use him. Drac on the rebound. Yeah, he's looking for Demos, just not a good kick, not a good pass. And CSUN will reset. Your best round of golf awaits at the Grand Canyon University Golf Course. Experience beautiful greens, state-of-the-art amenities, and the redesigned restaurant and clubhouse. Finally, Aiden McLaughlin.
Well, McLaughlin, you know, a statistic that I have been thinking that I want to track is how many headers does McLaughlin have a game? The guy is on top of everything. You know, he is 6'4", so he's a big guy, and you know, with his hair, he's probably got a couple extra inches. But just even in a real sense, the amount of like ball control, possession, 50-50 balls he's winning is just really aiding his team, because every 50-50 ball, if McLaughlin has a head on it, then that's a potential possession that the Lopes can have. But fun, I really want to know how many headers he has.
Throw in by CSUN. It'll be a call on Say. And it looks like referee will reach for the card, and yes, he will. So Say will start us off with a yellow card. And we'll get a little bit of a replay on that one. I wouldn't say a very intentional push, but just enough to get the call of the referee.
Yeah, not a ton of contact. Say's left arm was on the back, but at the same time, maybe combined with, you know, a trip, a flop, a fall, whatever you want to call it, combined with a little bit of a Say contact, it's probably enough to give him a yellow card.
Well, it definitely was enough to get the yellow card, as Say will be the first Lope to get a yellow card, first player on the field to get a yellow card tonight. And we'll get a free kick from Michael Flores. Next to him is Julio Rubio. Flores ready. Herman and Drac on the defense in front of the kick. High in the air. Good defense by Afonso. Rubio on the recovery, and it sails way too high and will go out of bounds.
Yeah, always exciting when you see a rebound and a potential volley coming. You know, the ball will be deflected, and then it's skipping a bunch, and then you see a player come and try to make a spectacular volley play, as we see right up here. But didn't happen for CSUN, but always kind of exciting, just sends it up into the net.
So Jeremy Pollard will kick it away with the goalie kick. Pollard sends it downfield. Radia just misses it, but he'll get the ball back. Over to Sasaverovic. Sasaverovic using the fancy footwork to try to get some space. He won't find it. CSUN will take over. CSUN threatening. Pass to the right. Pollard drags, and it'll go out of bounds.
Yeah, I don't know if I like that Sasaverovic play. I know he was trying to maintain possession and trying to maybe open some space, but at what point are you losing 30, 40 yards of field until, you know, a potential turnover when you get double teamed, and now they have it just outside your own 18.
So Pollard with another goalie kick. He'll send it downfield. CSUN. Keating is there. Not enough to get the ball back. Radia fights for it and gets it back. Keating, great job to get it to Afonso. Afonso looking downfield, he'll find Demos. Again, good defense by CSUN to keep the Lopes away from the box. Sort of the similar issue that the women's team ran into against Hawaii. A lot of their shots came about 10 to 15 feet away from the goal. And it seems like CSUN is starting to keep the Lopes away from their box as well for the men's team. Radia over to Day. Day over to Herman. Herman up top to Keating. Keating will get it to a wide open McLaughlin. And McLaughlin will get it over to Afonso. Afonso trying to break away. Gets a little tied up. And we'll see a foul. It'll be for the Lopes, so they'll get the ball on top. Radia over to Say.
Put in the box, put in the box.
Say over to Herman. Herman over to Drac. Drac back to Herman. He's got Demos on the right. He was looking for somebody, I guess Radia coming from the left, but CSUN will steal it, and they'll get the ball. Good defense by McLaughlin to get it back for the Lopes. Header to Keating. McLaughlin will get it over to Sasaverovic. Verovic over to Afonso. Afonso over to Sasaverovic. Little too much. It'll sail out of bounds.
Yeah, Sasaverovic doing those great overlap runs, and every time he does it, they're rewarding him by feeding him the ball. And even though it hasn't produced any fruit yet, they're at least planting the seed that potentially could get a score on the board to make it 2-1 here in the 35th minute.
So checking in will be Andy Alanis. So far on the season, he's got 1 shot on goal, and he's been very limited to playing time, so it's nice to see him out there. Only 7 minutes so far on the field. See what kind of difference he can make for this team. Alanis going for the header. Drac is there. They'll get it across to Day. Day off the head, it'll sail out of bounds. So as soon as he checks in, Alanis looking to get the header. He's asking for contact. Obviously won't get the call, but we'll get a replay on it. Day had a nice setup and just a little bit too high off the top of the head as Alanis sends it out of bounds. But there you go. I guess that's the difference Alanis makes on the field. Just gives you another guy, another tall guy to look for those headers on those great setups by the Lopes wings.
Yeah, also just some fresh legs in the striker position. You know, there's a lot of dead sprints, a lot of, walking to sprinting 100% and, 0 to 60 kind of thing. So just some fresh legs with Alanis just maybe gives the Lopes some different looks.
Oh, Sasaverovic probably need a knee on that one. That's no fun.
Yeah, they're both hurting.
So Sasaverovic will try to get the number of the other player. Looks like that might be number 21, Daniel Trejo. No, I'm sorry, that's actually number 14. That's Nicholas Grindy. And Sasaverovic is down. And we'll get another look at it. Yeah, it just looks like, Charlie horse. Sasaverovic might have caught the knee to the thigh.
Yeah, I hope it's just the Charlie horse.
Yeah, it looks like Verovic is just going to run it off. Okay. Of course, of precaution, they'll take him off. Give him a chance to get some water and a little bit of a reset, shake off his leg. And checking in. I don't know, it's Keating. Thought it was a sub. It was the same guy who's been out there since the beginning of the game. It's Keating. So it'll go out of bounds on CSUN. A little bit of a tackle there by Afonso, but nothing intentional. It'll be CSUN ball regardless. So we'll get a little replay on that one, and yeah, just maybe a little too much contact on Afonso. The ball was rolling out of bounds anyway, but you gotta like the aggression of Marco Afonso for the Lopes. The ball will go out of bounds, and it'll be Lopes ball. So we'll get a throw in by Day. Day over to Drac, off the chest of CSUN. So it'll push the ball a little further for the Lopes. As Day with another throw in. Over to Herman. Stolen by CSUN. And looking up is Flores. He's got space. A little bit too much. Good job, Sasaverovic. And that was actually Rubio on the pass. And Sasaverovic, great job to make sure that ball goes out of bounds. And now Jeremy Pollard with a free kick. Goalie kick. Pollard will send it across to McLaughlin. McLaughlin downfield to Alanis. Herman stays with it after the slide. Drac hustling up, and it'll go into the hands of Regednik. Day with the steal. He'll get it up to Drac. Drac trying to look for some space. Great job by Drac. Looking for an opening. He'll get it up to Herman, and it'll be stolen back by CSUN. Sasaverovic kicks it up to Alanis, who gets a little bit of a push, but no call. Get it up to Afonso, and it'll be CSUN ball. Coming up on the 40-minute mark in the first period, score 1-1. Very fast pace in the beginning, and this game has definitely been going rather quickly.
Make sure you cool down with iced coffee, tea, and smoothies from GCBC. That's Grand Canyon Beverage Company, open in the Student Union and Roadrunner Apartments.
McLaughlin with some pressure. Good steal. No call. And McLaughlin will push it up to Keating. Keating across the field to nobody, and it'll go out of bounds.
Yeah, I'd like to see the Lopes have a little more possession. I feel like they've had a lot of balls that are, big balls that are hoping someone will be there, someone will run to them, maybe someone will open in the space. I get what they're trying to do by, playing the ball to open space to spread the field, but at the same time, you can only spread the field if there's players in that region. So I'd like to see maybe just a little bit more possession, a little more accurate passing, and before they, start to spread the field.
So a throw-in coming for CSUN. Oh! So it looks like it'll be possession to CSUN as Keating goes over the top of a CSUN player. And we'll get a second look at that. Throw-in comes in, and looks like Keating might have just caught the thorax of Rubio and got sent over the top. Good clear by Day. Afonso looking to make something happen. Off CSUN, Afonso recovers. Down the field, good kick by Sasaverovic, and it looks like there will be a foul on the field. There you go. Another yellow card, this time the way of CSUN. And it'll be number 14, Nicholas Grindy. And we'll get another look at it. He definitely pulls down Marco Afonso. Very obvious call. Good call by the refs. Like we said, you want to keep the intensity up. You've got the Havocs on that side, getting the fans all riled up. You got them behind the goal, getting the goalie all riled up. And now you want to keep the intensity of the game going. And you don't want to call every single call because you do have to let some sort of contact go, but a very, very blatant pull down by CSUN. Sasaverovic looking for some clearance. And it'll go out of bounds, so CSUN with the throw in. About 3 minutes to go in the first period. CSUN will reset at the top. Downfield, Keating's there, but CSUN will get it back. Down the field, Say. Looking for an opening, he'll find Keating. Keating over to Alanis. Alanis, nice touch pass to Drac. Drac's got Herman. He'll find Alfonso on the left side. Alfonso, shot on goal. It'll go over to Alanis. Alanis wide open, lots of space, high and too high. It'll go out of bounds.
Yeah, nice combination play there from the Lopes. Even though they couldn't really finish the play or had a clean shot on goal, it was just at least some nice combination passes, some 1-2, some nice cross from Alfonso. Couldn't quite finish the play from Alanis, but if anything, Lopes showing some good offense here in the end of the first half.
Regetnik with the goalie kick. Down the field, Say misses the header, but McLaughlin's there, and he'll let Pollard pick it up, and Pollard will get it back. McLaughlin up to Pollard. So Pollard will try to reset here. He'll get it to Say. Say looking for somebody. Herman up to Radia. Radia recovers. Again, good defense by CSUN. Opening coming. Got a player down. Shot on goal, it's good. So with about a minute to go left in the first period, CSUN takes the lead 2-1. And I believe we'll get a replay of it. Nicholas Grindy with the goal. And just a great pass to Nicholas Grindy with the score. And it just so close on the diving Pollard. And CSUN takes the late lead.
Yeah, I'm not sure if we can go back a little bit more, but I'd like to kind of see what the play developed. You know, Radia had the ball in the midfield on our sideline and lost the ball twice. He tried to pass it up and get possession, then he got it back and tried to pass it, and he lost possession again, and that's what started the counterattack. And then from there, since Say was back a little bit more, that led CSUN to stay onside, and it led to that backside goal for CSUN. So 2-1 now leading for CSUN, not the advantage that the Lopes won, and especially ending the half, but really nice play coming from CSUN here.
Herman over to Alanis. Alanis back to Herman. Herman tripped up. And there's probably nobody you want on the floor right now. But Damon Herman is down on the field. So it looks like Herman will pop up. Probably just connected ankles with someone else. Drac, free kick off the defenders of CSUN. And it'll go out of bounds. And going back to that goal before we wrap up before halftime, or we get the corner kick high in the air. It's a great catch, and unfortunately, good defense by Regednik, and we will send it to halftime with CSUN leading. So getting back to that goal of CSUN, it was a great cross pass to from Jordan Kenoshi to number 14, Nicholas Grindy. And before we send it to half, Aaron, what do the Lopes have to do to reset here to get back into this game?
You know, the Lopes are playing good soccer. The Lopes haven't really had any big mistakes. Their defense is playing solid. Their offense is, you know, they have opportunities. They've had good possession. They've had good connections. They just haven't put one, you know, a second one in the goal. You know, the last thing you want is to be down 2-0, but I feel like since the Lopes have had a goal, they've kind of got a taste of the keeper. You know, they've got a taste of the defense. And I feel like the Lopes are right in this game. And they've just made a few tic-tac mistakes that results in, you know, a 2-1 deficit. So I think if the Lopes come out, play hard, they're right there in the second half.
So we will be right back. We're going to send it to halftime. We'll be right back with the score 2-1. You're watching men's soccer here on GCU TV.
Founded on the belief that the entrepreneurial dream is an engine that drives innovation forward in a global marketplace, the Colangelo College of Business educates and develops values-driven business leaders. Our graduates exemplify the principles of servant leadership and entrepreneurship. GCU's strong Christian identity informs the education you receive, integrating our Christian values with the business curriculum. The college features more than 25 programs from the bachelor through the master's level, catering to traditional, evening, and online students. These programs serve a diverse set of aspiring business professionals who not only learn in the classroom, but gain real-world experience operating actual businesses. Our students also receive unique access to Jerry Colangelo's legendary experience, leadership, and connections throughout the business world. Find out more at gcu.edu/business.
I'm Sarah. I'm a senior at GCU studying hospitality management. Since the program started, it's already grown so much. There's so many opportunities for students to be able to learn outside of the classroom. We have the golf course, we have the hotel, the restaurant. My professors are industry professionals. It makes me feel comfortable knowing that I'm being trained in relevant information. When you graduate from GCU with a hospitality degree, people know that you're prepared. I think it makes you better equipped to handle any situation. It makes you more valuable, especially here in Phoenix when there's so many opportunities. The best part about being a GCU student is just the fact that I'm in a community where everyone supports me and everyone wants to see me succeed. One of the things I love about GCU is just the importance they place on servant leadership. I serve in the children's ministry, teaching Sunday school. It's incredibly rewarding. GCU is helping me find my purpose.
Find your purpose at Grand Canyon University. Private, Christian, affordable. Visit gcu.edu.
Welcome back, everybody, to halftime. The current score right now is 2-1. CSUN gets the late goal from number 14, Grinke. Aaron, so far the Lopes have been a very quick and fast-paced game. What have they been doing well?
I think they've been possessing, like we said in the beginning of the game. They need to establish that they can control the ball. I think their defense have been looking really sharp. A lot of times they'll drop it back to Say or McLaughlin, and I really think that they just feel comfortable like restarting from their defense, setting up, going through the midfield, working through Herman, and then going and trying to get an offensive attack, whether through a corner kick, a free kick, a misdirection, or like a redirection like McLaughlin got in the very first, where he got his nice deflection goal. So I think the Lopes have done a very good job with pacing. I think they're right here. I think that this 1-2 deficit is no problem. They're going to come out sharp. They're going to come out strong with a lot of intensity, and they're going to get a quick goal and make it a 2-2 game.
Well, hopefully the Lopes would definitely want to tie this one up before we go into the end of the game, obviously. But you said it right on the nail, hit it right on the head. Is that the Lopes have finally scored, so there's not a whole lot of pressure right now. They're not down 2-0. It's 2-1. It's a very, very close game, and I'm hoping that GCU will able to manage this and come back and get the lead. Aaron, anybody stand out so far to you?
Well, one thing that's impressed me is the freshmen. These are guys that are 18 years old, coming out of high school. I remember coming out of high school to college, just like a totally different skill level. It's a totally different world. And these like 18-year-old freshmen that are coming in, and Alfonso, and playing sharp soccer at a high, intense D1 skill level. It's something that is really impressive, and it's something that if you have freshmen coming in playing at that level, it's really just an encouragement to the future program and the talent that these guys are going to be in a couple years.
Well, halftime festivities are just getting underway. We'll be right back with more. You're watching men's soccer here on GCU TV.
Hi, I'm Mackenzie Cook, and you're watching GCU TV. Go Lopes.
On the field,
in the pool,
on the court.
We wear our game faces under the lights.
But sometimes our toughest opponents aren't wearing a uniform.
Instead, we confront them internally.
Mental illness affects 1 in 4 adults in the United States.
And suicide is the second leading cause of death among college students.
If you or someone you know is fighting a silent battle,
please speak up and ask for help.
You are not alone.
At Grand Canyon University, earning your degree online doesn't have to be without the college experience. To find your purpose, it takes support from those around you. Grand Canyon University offers over 3 decades of experienced leadership in real-world degree programs online. GCU's online class size averages fewer than 17 students with full-time faculty and student advisors who will help you share in a growing, vibrant Phoenix campus. Choose from over 100 relevant programs with a Christian worldview that integrates your faith with your education. GCU helps you achieve a successful future. Welcome to the family. Find your purpose at Grand Canyon University online.
Welcome back to halftime here, where CSUN's got an early lead, 2-1 at the beginning of the end of the first half. And well, let's take an opportunity. We look back at some of the GCU hotel highlights. So the first highlight is obviously the first goal that the Lopes scored, a great rebound by Aiden McLaughlin. He's able to get that left foot and hit it off the 13th man for a score. Of course, that got the game right back in there for the Lopes. They were down 0-1. And then a great throw in by CSUN right off the top of the head of Rubio for the first goal of CSUN. And then, of course, the big 13th man save right off the side of the crossbar. And a good rebound there by Flores. But, of course, not enough. And then the goal right before halftime. And it was number 14. That was Grindy. But GCU looking to get some fire and passion. If they're going to get it from anybody, it's those Havocs over there. Big student section. Always loud, always present.
Yeah, they do a great job here for the players, for the fans, for families. They do a good job of just kind of hosting an event. You know, you're not just going for a soccer game. You're going for the community. You're going for what GCU is all about. And I think that was an important aspect through creating this new stadium and through the Havocs program. It kind of gives students an opportunity to get involved, to be a part of the team. And, you know, not every player or not every student has to be a player. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
They can be a part of the Havocs. They can be in the game. They can be working the game. So GCU has done a great job of just building, you know, a program and also like building an atmosphere that is really contagious.
And when the presence isn't there of the Havocs, it's very, very obvious. The stadium, just the intensity, the emotion, and all of the energy is sort of gone out of the field when the Havocs aren't there.
Yeah.
And, well, tonight they're in full bloom. A few alumni came for Welcome Week to move their child into their alma mater and grow the Lope family tree. See what made it so special. Take a look.
My first moments back in the early 90s at Grand Canyon University, it was quite different. Not as many great big buildings, but there was still a sense of something that could be accomplished, experienced. And so I just remember driving up to the campus on those first days and just being really excited with an expectation to really dig in and let that educational experience just really shape me and prepare me.
When we were first looking at it, trying to decide, I didn't say anything because I didn't want to influence his decision. But once he chose Grand Canyon, it was like, okay, yeah, this is exciting. He's kind of, you know, following what we had done, and you know, since we think highly of Grand Canyon, we were really excited that he chose to come here.
I'm proud of the fact that he is able to be here as a freshman today. It's a great journey, and I am thankful that he's able to do that and start it here at Grand Canyon and complete it here at Grand Canyon.
It's really exciting because I didn't know if any of my children would choose to come to GCU, and when he had shared that he was interested, it kind of gave me goosebumps because it was exciting for me that one of my children wanted to follow in the same footprints. So I'm excited for that opportunity, and I'm excited for him.
I'm just most excited just about hanging out. I mean, just with my roommates, with my dorm mates, my suite mates, being participated in all the events that they have. I mean, high school to college is so different. I mean, I had brothers and sisters that went through it, and so seeing the fun that they had, but also the focus that they had, and just kind of the person that it turns you into, I'm really excited to see kind of where, or what God, kind of the man that he makes me into be, and I'm excited for that.
Well, I'd say first and foremost for the study, kind of this being the cornerstone of starting out for my professional career. And I definitely intend to put in time and do well, study, graduate with that. But then I'm also just looking around this campus and all that it has to offer. I'm hoping I have opportunities to socially interact, continue to build relationships with people, and have a good time.
My dad's experience here at GCU did affect my decision because when I was younger, we would get alumni season passes to the basketball game, so we'd always come a couple times a week sometimes.
Yeah.
And I would just see like the student experience and how fun it always looked when I was a little kid.
Yeah, I remember she stopped watching the basketball game a lot of times, but she'd just get fixated on everybody in purple and the Havocs, and so it was that whole energy experience. So as a dad, I kept like thinking, oh man, this is a good thing, man, because it's kind of putting in her head, go to Grand Canyon, so GCU, that's what I wanted, so it worked. She's here.
And of course, it's always nice to see the alumni being able to share their experience with their newest Lope, and they get an opportunity to see this great school expand and continue to grow. Obviously, a lot of new additions to this campus since they came here, but either way, it's a great way for families to connect and a great way to get a hold of this fantastic environment here at Grand Canyon University. So with that, we will send it to break. When we get back, second half soccer. You're watching men's soccer here on GCU TV.
I am Laura Lozoya, and I am majoring in biology with an emphasis in pre-med at Grand Canyon University. The dorm life at GCU definitely helped me build relationships, and I've made great friends on this campus. The quality education here is great. You're testing your limits, but you're going beyond them. It all comes together. The sciences, the ethics, and just everything. It's a beautiful thing.
Grand Canyon University, the quality of a private Christian education, the affordability of a state university. Visit gcu.edu. In today's competitive market, the demand for specialized knowledge is ever growing. Take the next step in your career by earning your doctoral degree from the College of Doctoral Studies at Grand Canyon University. We offer advanced doctorate degrees, from a Doctor of Business Administration to a Doctor of Education and online PhD programs. Learners apply their research, critical thinking, and analytical skills to solve real-world problems in areas such as business, leadership, and psychology. Our dissertation process is embedded into conventional coursework to help you move quickly toward graduation, with a supportive learning community to keep you engaged. Work closely with faculty to pursue your unique goals and enjoy a variety of convenient learning formats. Attend class on campus in the evening or pursue doctorate degrees online and benefit from a curriculum designed for working professionals by experts in their fields. Join our community of scholars as we strive to live differently in the world and make a significant impact in organizations, communities, and society, or churches, educational institutions, and corporations. Find out more at gcu.edu/doctoral.
Time is all done, and we get ready for the second period. Players are on the field, getting ready to go. Aaron, before we get started, what do the Lopes need to do to get back into this one?
I think they just need to continue to play hard. They've proven the first half they're right there. CSUN is by no means, a significantly better team. I think the Lopes are right there, skill level, and they've been playing good soccer. I think they just need to play good soccer continually and capitalize on opportunities, because like we talk about, every team has chances on both ends, defensively and offensively, to make good plays, great plays, and those great plays turn into goals. So the Lopes need to capitalize on a couple opportunities. They're right back in this game. They got a 3-2 lead, and they're going home champions tonight.
Well, hopefully the Lopes can continue that and get a nice win in front of this very nice crowd, this very supportive fans here. They always want to get a win at home. 2-1 current score, as CSUN will start with possession. And we are just about to get started. CSUN pushing the ball up. And there goes the cannon. Startled me the first time I heard it.
It
Was not
does
ready
that.
for it.
It does that for sure.
Steal by Drac. Drac gets it up to Demos. Demos met with a lot of contact. Good defense by CSUN. And it will continue to stay in the corner. Demos tries to clear to go out of bounds, so the Lopes will retain possession. Throw in coming by Jordan Slack. He starts the second half to give the Lopes a new look, give some guys some rest. Demos cleared out by CSUN. Drac with the slide, unable to get it. Keating, back to Drac. Drac over to Herman. Herman looking cross field. He'll find Radia, who gets it to Day. Day with a lot of time. Kicks it across, and good defense by CSUN. Looks like that was number 4. That's Samuel Dodzi. Just getting his foot right in it. And the Lopes will have to reset with a throw in. Day holding on to possession, and he'll get it out of bounds. Day with the throw in. Over to Afonso. Afonso. Cross. Stolen by CSUN. They'll kick it downfield. McLaughlin is there to recover. He'll get it over to Slack. Slack looking for somebody. He'll get it over to Say. Say cross to Demos, and that ball will find the Lopes again. And it looks like there might be a call on the field. It'll be a foul, so CSUN will take over. I guess someone didn't get the memo that the play had stopped, but we'll reset anyway. Demos with some good defense, but CSUN will retain possession. Downfield, stolen by the Lopes. Alfonso with possession. Looking for Herman. Herman over to Radia. Radia over to Keating. Keating gets it on the right side to Slack. Slack's got all the time. Gets it over to Drack. Drack up top, back to Keating. Keating's gonna find Say. Say will reset. Say over to Day. Day looking for somebody. He'll find Alfonso on the left. Alfonso kicks it across, looking for Herman. Demos on the rebound, and he gets it, he scores! Musa Morris Demos with the score, and the Lopes tied up 2-2.
Wow, that was a really great play, really great cross by Alfonso, and Demos able to capitalize.
A great cross by Alfonso, misses Herman, but Demos is there on the recovery. Much like the McLaughlin goal, the Lopes tie it up.
Yeah, kind of caught the defense sleeping there. That little backside chip, Demos is able to get the goal there for the Lopes, making it a 2-2 game. We were talking about what the Lopes need to do. Lopes need to score goals. What are the Lopes doing? Scoring goals.
That's right, Aaron. In the first period, it was CSUN who got on the board early, and then the Lopes retaliated. But hopefully now it'll be the Lopes and only the Lopes. Tie game now, 2-2, 48th minute in the second period. Kick it downfield. Keating is there on the defense, and he'll send it out of bounds. And the fans are right back in it as if they were never in it at all. Because that would be a lie. They're always in it. But this has definitely added more fuel to that fire, pouring gasoline on top of an open flame. Throw in. Header. Looks like that'll be Alfonso. He'll clear it, but it'll go out of bounds. So it'll be a throw-in for CSUN. That'll be number 3. That'll be Darian Mealing. And he'll give it another go as we take a look. Little bit of a emphasis from Keating as Say heads it out of bounds.
What a header. Had a lot of velocity coming from Say.
Herman again limping off the field. Not entirely sure what happened. All I did is look to the left and saw Herman on his knee, so checking in will be number 20. That'll be Alex Ramirez. Ramirez so far on the season, 4 shots and 1 shot on goal. Hopefully he can add to that. It worked with Alanis. Alanis came in and was a big-time difference maker. Header. CSUN threatening. They'll get it. Flores off Say and it'll go out of bounds. So corner kick from CSUN. 2-2 the score, 50th minute. Corner kick coming from Flores. High in the air header. Great job by Keating on the defense. Flores on the rebound. Again, good defense by Keating to stay in front of that ball. And the mist of purple starts to come onto the field.
Yeah, really ominous.
Very hazy fog of purple coloring. Good header by Keating. Again, strong defense by Charlie Keating. Take a nice look at that. Like we said, a very ominous mist. The ghosts of Lopes past creeping onto the field. Header high in the air. McLaughlin, good defense. Header again. Pollard will step in and pick it up. Pollard throws it across. Demos has got some space. Demos looking. Good defense by CSU, and they'll get it back. CSU will reset in the midst of the haze. Good defense by Slack. Throw in. CSU trying to make something happen, but Pollard is there. So McLaughlin with an opportunity. He'll get it to Alfonso. Alfonso looking for an opening. He won't find it, but he'll get it back. Alfonso looking again. Off the foot of Keating. And Keating pushed, but no call. I think he might have just bumped into somebody. We'll take a second look at it. As you can see, Keating dives for the ball and just, yeah, does sort of run into number 3. That's Darion Mealing. And Keating is currently sitting on the field. Or no, Alfonso is currently sitting on the field. Not sure what happened with Marco Alfonso. Hopefully he's okay. He is sitting up. And we'll get another look at it. It looks like that dive might have been a bit rough for Alfonso as he got up and was limping, and it looks like he will be okay. Which is very good. Alfonso has been a very significant piece of this team, setting up a lot of these scoring opportunities for the Lopes, and him coming off the field is a definite loss.
Yeah, Alfonso had the assist on the second goal there. It really gave the Lopes some momentum coming in the second half. Just a beautiful cross that Demos took advantage of, but you're right, Alfonso is a big key for this Lopes team.
Regitnik sends one downfield. McLaughlin, he'll get a piece on it. Sent downfield is Day, and CSU will take over. Ramirez meeting on the right side. Slack will chase it, but I think he might let it roll out of bounds. No, he'll hang on to it and kick it over to Pollard. Pollard sends one downfield, and CSU will take over. Deep header. Say, good defense. They'll let Pollard take it over. Pollard will roll it over to Say. Say will get it over to Day. Something I've been saying a lot. Pollard. He'll kick it over to McLaughlin, and McLaughlin will reset. Back at the top is Keating. Keating looking for some space. Jersey pulled, but no call. Oh, yeah, they will. There it is. So a little bit of a late call. I don't know if you could faintly hear, but one of the fans definitely unsure of why that wasn't called immediately.
Yeah, right. Referee just playing advantage just in case the Lopes have a nice play. Last thing you want to do is call play back on the other side of the field when you have advantage. You have a 2-on-1, but as soon as the play dies, good job by the official to call that one.
So Day with an opportunity here. He'll kick it across field to McLaughlin. Hustling in is Alfonso, who is back on the field. Ramirez will chase it. Ramirez shoved, and there it is.
Yeah, nice positioning by Ramirez to be able to get in the way, so maybe that shove was a little more possible just by strategic body placement. Nice play.
So a definite push, very obvious shoulder on Ramirez. So the Lopes will take back possession. McLaughlin sends it downfield. There's Day, and we've got another stoppage on the field. And the yellow card has been pulled. And it's a yellow card on number 6. That's Andrew Rizek. So the Lopes will get a free kick here. It'll be Ramirez, or Drac actually will hustle over. Josh Drac has been absolutely fantastic on these free kicks, setting the Lopes up perfectly for scoring opportunities. And we'll see what he can do with this one. 54th minute, 2-2 score. Lopes trying to get a little bit of an early lead. Drac with the free kick. Off CSUN. Recovering is Day. Stolen again. Hustling forward is Slack. Slack with a dive. And they will get the call. And it's a...
Wow.
Aaron, you want to elaborate a little bit on that one?
Well, if it is a clear advantage that the player has, you know, a clear takeaway and a breakaway system, the last thing you want to do is slide tackle a player, because if a player has a breakaway and you interrupt that breakaway, then that's probably going to be almost every time going to be a red card.
So it'll be a red card on Jordan Slack, which means the Lopes will now play down a player. And just an unfortunate trip up by Jordan Slack on an otherwise smart play to sort of clear the ball over to Pollard so that the Lopes could reset.
Yeah, that's tough, especially because CSUN had a step on Slack, you know, with speeds. You know, he knew he had to make a play fast, or else he was going to get beat. So unfortunately, it wasn't a ton of contact. I don't know if it was like, you know, a malicious call that would result in a red card. But regardless, definitely a card. You know, obviously the official's choice whether he wants to do a yellow or red. Went with the red this time, and that will ultimately hurt the Lopes, especially coming into, you know, this, like, the greater part of this game.
Great defense by McLaughlin to defend that header, and Demos, he's got a lot of space. CSUN covering on the defense. He'll get it up to Alfonso. They've got Slack on the right side, but just can't clear the CSUN defense. So Regednik will reset. He'll kick it over to number 2. That's Alex Lara. Trejo looking to do something with the ball. McLaughlin will kick it out of bounds. Never miss a game. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and get notifications for all your Lopes action. Subscribe at youtube.com/GCU. I'm pretty sure that's where most people are watching this game currently. So we appreciate everybody who tunes in, whether it's during the game or after it on playback. Either way, you're always caught up. youtube.com/GCU, not just the sports, on basically everything going around on campus. Throw in by CSUN. He'll reset. High in the air. Header. Out of bounds. GCU will take over. So Pollard will get the goalie kick. He'll get it over to McLaughlin. McLaughlin looking downfield. He'll get it over to Ramirez. No call as CSUN resets. So CSUN holding possession here. Alfonso looking for some clearance. He won't find it. CSUN will get back on defense. Ramirez looking for somebody. He gets tangled up. And you can hear the frustration on CSUN. Specifically number 18 for CSUN. You can see Ramirez gets tangled up. And the referee very quick on that call. Ramirez on the free kick. Downfield to Demos. Good defense by CSUN, and we'll get a reset. Ramirez. Again, the frustration on CSUN. And it looks like player will have to remove his necklace. Alfonso clears it over to Demos. So both teams now will play with a player down. But of course, the CSUN will get their player back. A lot of contact on Keating, and of course, no call. And plays. Yeah, it'll be a foul. So a little bit of confusion there on my part, but Keating with a lot of contact, and then right back, you can see the contact from Drac. And that drew the foul, so CSUN's got the ball, now they're threatening. Ramirez clears it.
Come on here, man. Come on here.
Back to the CSUN defenders. Looking for something downfield. McLaughlin on the defense, but CSUN will reset. Downfield. Great catch by Pollard. Pollard will roll it into Keating. Keating. Cross over to Drac, to Day. Back over to Keating. Keating clears it over to Pollard, and GCU will reset. Pollard over to Ramirez. Ramirez, lots of space on the left-hand side. Over to Alfonso, lets it go right between his legs. And great slide by CSUN to get that ball back. Number 4, Samuel Dodsey, with a great slide tackle to get that ball. Throw in by Radia to Demos. Lopes hoping for a quick score. Demos looking for space. It'll roll out of bounds, and it'll be CSUN ball. So CSUN will reset on the top. Ball will get crossed midfield. And Pollard will be there on the recovery, so he'll kick it away and get things going for GCU.
Yeah, one thing you have to remember is CSUN does have an extra player. So much like in hockey, you know, when you pull your goal and you get an extra player just to keep that possession, maybe on a delayed penalty at the end of a game when they're trying to get a quick goal, CSUN should have an advantage in possession and should honestly maintain possession, because even if GCU matches man for man, they're always going to have an open guy.
CSUN threatening. Kick up. Good defense by GCU to keep it away. Keating with a clear. Ball off Alfonso, and it'll go out of bounds. So throw in coming for CSUN. So checking in will be Jordan Kenoshi. Of course, he had that beautiful pass to Nicholas Grindy at relatively the end of the first period. Ball sail out of bounds. So Pollard with the goalie kick, 62nd minute. Score still tied 2-2. It did take some last-second heroics for GCU last time they were at home, as a late second header by McLaughlin sealed the deal against UC Riverside 5-4. And maybe just maybe, Aaron, we're going to have to rely on those late game heroics again. Keating trying to find some space. Radia gets it over to Ramirez. Ramirez clears it downfield. That's Alanis. Ball will sail out of bounds. So GCU will take over possession. We'll get a throw in here. It'll be Alex Ramirez. Ramirez A little bit of a push off Alfonso, but GCU gets the ball back. Alanis cross to Drac, who was just not paying attention. Good slide tackle by Alanis. Drac hustling. It'll go out of bounds. It'll be Lopes' ball. Drac. Regetnik will reset for CSUN. Ball cross midfield. That's number 22. That's Kenoshi, the junior out of London, England. And what's interesting about this CSUN team is they have 7 players who are from across the pond. Seven players from different countries on this CSUN team. Very cultural team. Just to name a couple, you've got Dakar, Senegal, Oslo, Norway, London, England, and of course the goalie, Regetnik, is from Invermere, British Columbia. So a very deep sort of pool for the scouting class for CSUN. GCU obviously has a couple guys not from the United States. Jeremy Pollard, to be more specific.
Sydney, Australia, yeah.
That's right, he's from Australia. Just like a fellow Lope, Jared Martin.
That's right.
Power forward for the men's basketball team is from Melbourne, Australia.
5 for 21.
And of course, even the men's team has a few players who are from across away from the United States. Just picked up a center, I think, from Latvia, right?
That sounds accurate. But yeah, you're totally right. Nothing like getting some players, you know, like you said, from across the pond, different countries, they kind of experience
a different sort of playing style.
Yeah, definitely. I think it brings it, you know.
Kenoshi with this speed, he will kick it out of bounds.
Yeah, it brings a new playing style, brings a new experience. And I just think, you know, it broadens the horizons of the team. You know, you grow up, you're playing, you know, local club, you're playing with kids in your hometown, kids you've been playing with 5-6 years. You come to the collegiate level, and now you're playing with people all over the world that are trying to do the same goal and trying to be champions. They're trying to be, you know, the next best soccer players.
Get, of course, a taste of different cultures and how guys react to certain things, how they treat certain situations. And very interesting when you get somebody from not necessarily your neck of the woods. So Pollard will send it downfield. Keating, of course, is also from England. That one will go way out of bounds.
Send that one across campus.
It's the top of the ROTC building. Of course, no harm done. Checking in now for the Lopes will be number 15, Bennett Lehner. Lehner will check in for Drac.
Women's volleyball returns home next week as they enter conference play. See them take on Utah Valley on the 28th and Seattle U on the 30th. Catch all the action here on GCU TV.
So CSUN with the throw-in. Good steal by Day, but CSUN will regain possession. Looking across midfield. And CSUN is threatening. Keating kicks it high and out of bounds, so CSUN will regain possession in the 67th minute. CSUN with the ball. And a little bit of contact there. It'll be a foul. It'll be a yellow card. Number 22, Jordan Kenoshi. We'll take a second look at it. Not really where that one was. That's a definite yellow card for... Oh, I'm sorry. That was actually number 2. There we go. That makes a little more sense. Alex Lara on the yellow card, not Kenoshi. It is Alex Lara gets his first yellow card tonight, the sophomore out of Azusa, California. Ramirez launches one downfield. Off the head. Radia on the defense. CSUN will take over. Kenoshi running the sideline on the right. Great pass by Houston, but GCU there on the defense. Pollard, ran into Demos. Looks across to Ramirez.
Yeah, not exactly the situations you want to put your goalie in, you know. But Pollard with a great job of getting the ball out there, especially with, you know, the oncoming attack from a CSUN striker.
We know that last game, Corey Marcus, the backup goalie for Jeremy Pollard, came in against UC Riverside late. And just to give Pollard some rest, and he actually did a pretty solid job in the absence of Pollard. So it's good for the Lopes to know that they've got 2 reliable resources at goalie, just in case. But you're definitely right, Aaron. You do not want your goalie taking any sort of shots like that. Shot on goal, no good. Reset by Kenoshi. Stolen by Afonso. Afonso sends it down the field. Alanis is there, but CSUN will get it back. Kick high in the air. McLaughlin. Now foul on Houston Jr. And it looks like down checking in is Jackson Jella. Jella, of course, had this speedy. We'll get a quick little recap of this play as Houston just hits the bottom foot of McLaughlin as he was jumping in the air.
Yeah, not much contact, just a slight undercut, but regardless.
So Jackson Jella waiting to check in, and then for CSUN, it's number 23, Mauricio Lopez. Afonso looking for space. So checking in now for the Lopes is Jackson Jella. He'll come in for Alanis. And then Lopez will check in for CSUN. As he comes in. So new look for both teams, or new additions. CSUN resetting at the top. McLaughlin over to Afonso. Afonso, no call. Gets it across. CSUN threatening. Lots of space. Flores with the ball. Kicks it up, and GC will take over. Ramirez sends it down the field. Hutton with the ball. It'll go out of bounds.
Yeah, the last thing the Lopes want to do here is get caught sleeping, you know. It's been quiet a little bit since the Lopes scored in the beginning of the second half, and not a lot has really happened here. So the last thing, you know, you want is the Lopes to kind of, you know, sit back, get a little more slow, and then let a, you know, easy tap-in goal for CSUN and make it a 3-2. And that's going to put a lot of pressure on them coming into these final 20 minutes of this game.
You can definitely feel the pace of the game start to slow down ever since that goal by GCU. And hopefully these fans can get the energy back up in the stadium, as it's just been going back and forth with these teams.
22.
And the fans in the stadium also adding to the intensity. Pass up to Jella. Jella with an opportunity. Jella with a shot off the foot. It'll go out of bounds. Great defense by CSUN to prevent that Lopes goal.
Yeah, but still getting a great example of Jealous speed, though, coming in. He's got fresh legs. The first time he's seen the field tonight, and that's his first time he's actually gotten the ball. So really just sprinting full speed and a lot of speed and a new look for the Lopes.
And you hear the cheering from the fans as America's favorite mascot, Thunder. And of course, Jared Martin, who we just mentioned not too long ago. So Thunder and Jared Martin, ball high in the air. Good defense by CSUN. Alfonso on the recovery, no good, out of bounds.
Hey, what number is Julio? Hey, Zach, what number is Julio? Five.
So we'll get some fresh legs for CSUN. As they'll get a couple new additions, try to freshen the legs up a little bit.
The other guy said Julio.
GCU. Good defense by Radia. CSU threatening. Good job by McLaughlin to clear it out. And the defense for GCU stands strong.
Yeah, and you got to remember GCU has 10 players. It's easy to, forget the red card that happened to Slack, but that still, affects the, offensive flow and defense. So we are down a player, so we got to be careful to, be tight and compact on defense and not get spread too thin, or else there's going to be a backside goal or something like that, just because we can't actually man for man play defense like that.
So that ball sails a little too far right, and Pollard will get the goal kick. So Papi Diop will step in. And as we mentioned early on, the CSUN Matadors had the second quickest goal in Division I history. And that man right there, Papi Diop, was the one who scored said goal. McLaughlin recovers. Pollard kicks it away. It'll go looking to get it to Demos. Demos trying to find some space. Or actually, that's Jella. Jella looking for some space. He doesn't get it. Alfonso on the defense. Radia. CSUN with a good reset. Jella just trying to get some space but can't, as the stingy defense of CSUN continues. Ball will get past. Keating tackled down, and it'll be Lopes' ball. Get a second look at it as Keating just kind of gets tackled from behind. I would assume nothing intentional. Keating did stop his momentum. As you see there, Keating coming for the ball, probably going to start to try to defend. And he just gets sort of pushed down, maybe pulled down his defender a little bit as well.
Yeah, nothing serious, but
no, of course not.
Definitely a free kick.
So Radia gets it over to Ramirez. Ramirez back to Radia. They've got Lehner wide open on the far right side. Radia over to Alfonso. Alfonso kicks it up to Jella. Good defense again by CSUN. And they will get it back. And it is a trip up, so CSUN will regain possession. Cross, no good. Day looked like he tried to get a foot on it and couldn't. CSUN threatening again. Good job by Keating to get a foot on it, but it'll remain for CSUN. Day, great defense. It'll go out of bounds. CSUN will regain possession, so we'll get a throw in by CSUN. Mark your calendars for Family Weekend coming up on October 6th through the 8th. Friends and family can live the Lope life for a weekend with their GCU student. Register now at gcu.edu/Family Weekend. We talked about at halftime the Lopes family tree extending out to the younger generation as this campus continues to grow. Pollard with the save. And Family Weekend's a great time to see your folks or grandparents or uncles and aunts. A lot of fun to get a sort of feel for the campus. Unfortunately, no home games are going to be going on, but regardless, still a lot of fun to see how much this campus has grown and continues to grow. So Hutton will try to get something going for CSUN. Hutton looking for somebody. He will get Flores on the right-hand side. Flores guarded by Radia. Radia trying to fight for space. CSUN shot on goal, saved by Jeremy Pollard again. And the Lopes defense standing strong and doing a good job of keeping CSUN quiet. Jella pulled down. Obvious foul. That's number 6. That's Andrew Rizek. So we get another look at it. Yeah, pretty obvious pull down on Jella by Rizek. And Ramirez with the free kick. Ramirez trying to get something going for the Lopes in the 78th minute. 2-2 still the score in the second half. Ramirez high in the air looking for somebody. He'll find Alfonso on the head. And again, strong defense by CSUN as it looked like Say was trying to get his foot in there. But again, CSUN with a good defense, and now GCU will get an opportunity in the corner.
Yeah, these are good chances for GCU. Free kick and a corner kick back-to-back, especially coming into this last 10 minutes of the game. These are the advantages that they need to capitalize if they, want to go out of this game with a 3-2 victory and not taking it into a overtime.
So Radia will come off, and the man you want kicking corner kicks and free kicks is now back in. That's freshman Josh Drack. Keating looking for some space down low. Drack with the corner, high in the air, looking for a header. Jella on the rebound. Oh, just a little bit too left for Say. And a missed opportunity by the Lopes. I don't know if that was Jackson Jella or a Kadim Say, but one of the Lopes almost got their foot on that one, but it just went a little too far left. So throw in by Ramirez. Alfonso up to Drack. They've got Lehner all the way on the right-hand side. They'll try to find him. Lehner hustles for the ball, and he'll get to it. Lehner looking for space. The shot, good defense again by CSUN. Day comes up for the rebound. CSUN again gets it across the field. A little bit of a breakaway here. Alfonso tries to get his foot on it, and he can. Shot on goal. Good save by Jeremy Pollard. Pollard will dive for it, and he'll hold on to it.
Wow, yeah, nice counterattack by CSUN, especially going the length of the field after GCU's corner kick. And it's a great shot on goal, but Pollard making an incredible save here, as you can see. Just, wow, a diving save, and then going and maintaining possession. Awesome play by Jeremy Pollard.
Fantastic job by Jeremy Pollard. And the Lopes, again, keep CSUN off the board. CSUN trying to get the ball past midfield. They will. CSUN threatening again. Flores back to the top. McLaughlin clears it for the Lopes, but it's back to CSUN. Opportunity here for the Matadors. Kick, it's in. That'll be number 7, Poppy Duroff. And CSUN takes a very late lead, 3-2. And we'll take another look at it as it just unfortunately rolls right past the diving Pollard. And the Lopes are now down by 1 goal.
Yeah, just a nice poke there by Poppy. You know, it was not even that bad of a defense coming from GCU, but just, you know, that unfortunate poke. The ball rolls through a certain person's leg at a certain point, and CSUN able to capitalize on that, making 3-2. You know, the Lopes just had a free kick and a corner kick, so those are the opportunities that, you know, these teams need to, you know, make, and obviously CSUN comes back on the counter attack and is able to get a goal here, and, you know, late with 8 minutes left.
So CSUN will try to extend their lead as GCU looks to tie it up. A little bit of a trip up on Afonso. As he gets the foot of Jeremy DeGraff Knight, number 18. CSUN trying to do something. Hutton with the ball, defended by Afonso. They'll kick it across the field. And it'll go out of bounds, so CSUN will retain possession. So with the throw-in will be Daniel Trejo. Throw-in by Hutton. It'll go out of bounds, so GCU will retain possession. Jeremy Pollard with the goalie kick.
Coming into the match for the Lopes, number 29, Tyler Hughes.
Right here. No. Right here. 10 for 18.
So checking in for the Lopes will be number 29.
2 for...
As they'll get some fresh legs in there. Ramirez to McLaughlin. McLaughlin looking to clear. That'll be Tyler Hughes, I'm sorry, number 29 for the Lopes. Hughes getting an opportunity to be a difference maker out there. Jello on the defense. They'll get it up to Regednik. Regednik will clear it, and now, Aaron, you got to think that maybe CSUN's going to try to burn off as much time on the clock as they can to walk away with a sneaky win.
Right, that's what we saw with Hawaii right after they got their final goal, and the same will go and be true with CSUN here. All they want to do is chew clock, you know, play the possession game, make that field feel like it's 3 times wider than it really is. So the Lopes, especially because they're a man down, so it's hard to even get the ball now because they actually have one, you know, physical person less on the field. So we can definitely expect to see CSUN really controlling the ball here with possession.
Lehner trying to get something going for the Lopes. Ramirez slides, can't get to it. It'll be CSUN again on the breakaway. They've got speed. Pollard, it's another score for CSUN, and that's number 21. Daniel Trejo had the breakaway the whole time, just about a half step ahead of the defense of the Lopes, and CSUN takes the 4-2 lead.
Yeah, and that's just the closure that CSUN wants here. You can see a replay right here, just a little chip right over. Almost wish Pollard would have came out at a little different angle and made his arms a little bit bigger, but at the same time, just a really nice goal there by CSUN to make it a 4-2 lead, really just extending the league now. You know, with being one goal down with the remaining 5 minutes is tough for the Lopes. Being 2 goals down is almost impossible, and really honestly just defeating and kind of kills all your momentum. And even though the Havocs are still in this, and I believe that GCU can definitely pull out this win, definitely builds, you know, more adversity than you honestly want coming into the last 5 minutes of a game.
Well, there has definitely been late game heroics before for the Lopes, and maybe, just maybe, they can pull off almost the impossible and score 2 goals in under 5 minutes. I've got to say, I've seen crazier things, and you can see the fans, the Havocs, trying to keep this team in it. And like we said, when they are not there, their presence is definitely missed. But the energy is starting to build back up due to this incredible student section. Ball pushed up. Pollard will come up and scoop it up. Pollard throws it over to Day. Day on the right side. Almost missed it, but he keeps with it. They get it over to Demos. It's stolen. CSUN again threatening. CSUN looking up. Trejo down on the field, but he's fine. He'll pop back up. He's just taking a break, I guess. Pollard another scoop up. You can see kind of CSUN is just really just taking a break. I know they're up 2, but either way, you play until that final second ticks off the clock, as Trejo is just kind of casually sitting on the over by the box of CSUN. But I mean, I know you got a little bit of a comfortable lead, but you know, stranger things have happened. CSUN playing a possession game. Demos trying to make something happen late. Slide tackle by CSUN, and we'll get a corner kick for the Lopes.
Coming into the match, number 28, Brendan Hildreth.
So some more fresh legs come in for CSUN, as Drac will get the corner kick. So Demos trying to find some space, and Hutton just finds a bit of an injury. He'll try to get up on his own power. Probably just a little bit of an awkward slide on that left leg. Nicholas Gritty will step in. Number 14 for CSUN. Drac with the corner kick. A little too high. Day on the recovery. He'll get it over to Ramirez. Ramirez, cross field. It'll be caught by Regednik. Three minutes to go in this second half. Lopes still down 2. And yeah, you can kind of tell that CSUN is going to start to play the possession game, kick it around for as long as they can. They'll push the ball up. Defense by Say. Back up to the top. Shot is out of bounds.
John Piper returns to GCU Arena this fall for a 2-day event presented by Grand Canyon Theological Seminary. Join us for one or both enlightening presentations featuring the Canyon Worship Band. For more information, go to gcuarena.com.
So with 2 minutes to go, McLaughlin gets it over to Say. Say gets it over to Keating. Keating over to McLaughlin. Barring a miracle, the Lopes trying to get on the board. Ramirez looking for some space. He'll find only CSUN defenders. McLaughlin coming around, gets it over to Say. Say kicks it over to Day. Day trying to get some space. He won't, and CSUN will continue to keep possession. Keating on the defense. Out of bounds on Keating, and a minute to remain. And I think it's the clock is about to strike midnight, as this score is not going to move. 4-2 in the second half, as we're coming down on the final minute in the second half. CSUN will continue to try to kick it away from the Lopes as the clock starts to wind down. Drack pulled down. There'll be a foul. Drack will quickly get up. He'll get it across to Day. Day looking for somebody. He'll get it over to Demos. Demos over to Lehner. Lehner looking for some space. He's got a little bit of a breakaway. He'll get up to Day. Day with a shot. It'll sail on the top of the net. And that should just about do it. So an unfortunate loss at home to CSUN as the Lopes fall 4-2. Aaron, before we send it to break, give me your brief thoughts on this game.
Well, I thought the Lopes played a great 75% of the game. They were right there. It was 50-50. Possession was equal. They were playing hard. Defense was playing good. And the third goal that CSUN actually got, I feel like wasn't even, you know, it was a goal, but it wasn't like an impressive goal. So I feel like that kind of just gave them a little momentum, and that fourth goal is what really killed the Lopes' momentum and killed the just establishing who they wanted to play this game. You know, Lopes have a long season ahead of them. They have a good, solid soccer team, and I'm not fearful for their future at all.
So the final score 4-2. CSUN comes into GCU Stadium with a win, and we'll be back to wrap it all up. You're watching men's soccer here on GCU TV.
GCU is the university that never sleeps, moving at the speed of light, so we can give our students the competitive edge they need to succeed. And now, GCU is leading in the areas of computer science and IT. We prepare students to meet the demands of the fastest growing industry through our innovative IT programs in our College of Science, Engineering, and Technology. Using the latest real-world tools and an adaptive curriculum, GCU gives students the education they need today to excel in their careers tomorrow. Join the most inventive concept in education right now and position yourself for a future in the expanding world of IT. GCU offers fast-track options with courses in cybersecurity, cloud computing, systems architecture, and business analytics. Find your purpose at Grand Canyon University. Private, Christian, affordable. Visit gcu.edu/IT.
So back here at GCU Stadium to wrap this one up. The final score 4-2. CSUN walks away with a win. The GCU golf course player of the game, we got to give it to Aiden McLaughlin. He had a fantastic header. Of course, he was the hero last time the Lopes were at home against UC Riverside, and we're going to give it to him here tonight.
Right. The thing I like about McLaughlin is he's a great defensive player, but he's also a goal scorer. So there's nothing like having a dynamic ball player that can only, do one thing, but McLaughlin can do two things. He played great defense. He's a good physical presence in there. He's an anchor for defense, and he also can come in with that big size body, control the ball, control those crosses, and get some headers in. So that's why McLaughlin is our player of the game for today.
Well, thank you everybody for tuning in. Men's soccer will be back this Friday at home, September 22nd, when the Lopes take on Oral Roberts. Don't forget to follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, and subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/GCU. For everybody here at GCU TV, for Aaron, Gina, I'm Phil Catafmo. Have a great night, and go Lopes.